Thank you for joining us for Quantico's EFMP Bites, where a little bit of information goes a long way. Today we're going to learn how to PCS with an IEP.
We have only been able to move once with my daughter because of all of her medical needs and her being so young. The way we organize her IEP paperwork is I keep copies of absolutely everything. And if possible, I also make electronic copies. So I have a flash drive and I also have a paper trail. We keep them all in a binder and we separated medical paperwork, assessment data, IEPs, even since she was an early intervention, and we just transfer all of that to the new duty station. And we also have a flash drive that in case something gets lost, I will have that in my computer or in the flash drive.
Well, our son with autism is fairly young, so we've only transferred with an IEP twice. And in getting our paperwork organized for the transfer, we put it all in a simple file that we hand carry with us from location to location, so there's no risk of his IEPs getting lost. We also keep multiple years of his IEPs together so that when we arrive at our new station, we can show the special education coordinator or whomever we're working with exactly what he has needed, what he does need, and how he's progressed through the years. It's all organized together in one big folder, and we put it when we're separating the IEP and the assessments, we just use sticky notes pretty easily.
I go online and I research every single website that I can. The school district, the actual school, if I know where she's going, the special education website for that school district, and I go to Military OneSource, and I also use social media because if I know someone that is already in there, they can give me like a feeling of what I should be expecting. So I use all of that information, so when I get to my new duty station, the first thing that I'm going to do is talk to everybody that I have been able to find over the internet. I also use my old duty station EFMP office to give me information on the new EFMP office. They more than likely will be able to tell me too what is the resources that I can use or who I can talk to, and if I can make appointments before I get to my new duty station, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So when I get there, I don't have to wait, I just go ahead and talk to the people that I already got in touch with.
In preparing for our most recent PCS, I researched online. I used greatschools.org. I used Military OneSource and the information to be found there about schools. I then went on the websites of the individual school and the school district as well to see district-wide how the test scores and special education things were set up. And then I also went to the individual schools' websites to learn about the principal and learn about the staff. We were lucky enough to be able to take a house hunting trip here, and therefore we were able to actually visit multiple schools. We visited 6 or 7 schools. Once we had narrowed down the district we wanted to be in, we visited 6 or 7 schools where we might be able to find housing, met with the principal, in some cases also met with the special education lead, and based our decision on the meetings that we had with those people. The school that we chose was the one where the principal seemed not only to be okay with having another child with special needs join his team or his student body, but who was kind of enthusiastic about it, who thought that was great and that his team would be more than adequate to meet Jordan's needs. The best experience that we've had PCSing with the IEP actually has been this one so far. The school has been enthusiastic. They've connected us with a special education coordinator who's on the district level, who has responded to every question, who showed up at the school in order to walk us around the school when we first arrived. and who is coordinating with us on when Jordan will be assessed, who his teacher will be this year, who his team is going to be, and has kept us in the loop all summer long, even though it's summertime and he could definitely be relaxing. He's not. The EFMP office, both here and back in Tucson, have been wonderful and supportive. They've been able to provide us with guidance on schools and school districts. When we had the hiccup with the TRICARE deciding all of a sudden that a whole bunch of new assessments were necessary, both the EFMP coordinator back in Tucson, to whom we're not even assigned anymore, and the staff here have been really helpful in calming us down and pointing us in the right direction. So I utilize them as a resource, and with the understanding that that's their entire job, is to help make life in the military easier for people with exceptional family members. Transferring from state to state has been difficult and interesting in that we came from California to Tucson and found that our student was ahead of the curve. And we're coming from Tucson into Virginia now, and we're finding out that he's likely behind the curve just because the education standards are different. That has more to do with the requirements state to state than it does with our son's performance. So one of the things that made us most comfortable choosing the district and the school that we chose was them being able to say, we get military kids in and out of here all the time. We're used to people coming from all over the country and from out of the country even. We know that sometimes we have to catch up the students, and that's not a problem for us at all. The worst experience we had with an IEP was actually due to a big staff change at the school where my son was attending. His special education case manager was a brand new special ed teacher, and she had a good heart. She didn't really know exactly what she was doing, and she was let go at the end of the school year, having misfiled a very important piece of paperwork. It took 6 months to get his IEP back up to where it was supposed to be because of one piece of paper that she had left out. I don't think it was malicious, I think it was a mistake, but the bureaucracy of the education system meant that it took 6 months before he got the services back that he needed. That was something that might not happen in a larger district, so it's something to take into consideration when deciding where to place your child, if you have that kind of choice. A larger district may have a better organized team and more, I guess, safety nets to make sure that something like that is less likely to occur.
In one word, what has helped me the most, I actually have 2 words, and it's research and networking.